Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. So in today's video, we are going to be talking about our injured players and also lastly, just shortly, speak about Fermin Lopez. So if you guys are new here, welcome to the channel. I'm happy that you guys are here. If you guys want to enter our group chat, there is going to be a link down below. It is going to be a Discord group chat and you guys can talk to me on there. There's also other people, about 200 or 250 other people in that group chat. And so it's going to be a lot of fun. I really do hope that you guys do enjoy this video. And so let's get to it. Barcelona is in a very critical time right now because we are trying to see if players like Raphinha, Frenkie De Jong, and Lewandowski can make it in time for the Clásico in the upcoming Saturday. Xavi is well aware that we do need to have our squad fully strengthened and fully reinforced. It's going to be a very important match because if Barcelona can win against Real Madrid and Girona, lose points, whether it's a tie or a loss, Barcelona can claim first place. And so it's very important for us to achieve the 3 points on Saturday night. So all of the eyes are going on Lewandowski, Frenkie De Jong, and Raphinha. Now, don't get me wrong, the players that we have today, right now, that is available, they can get the job done. Let's not ignore players like Fermin Lopez or players like Lamine Yamal or Ferran Torres or any of those players. They can definitely get the job done. But it is always better to have your A-game players in the squad list. So let's talk about the latest regarding Lewandowski first, and then we'll move on towards Frenkie De Jong and Raphinha. For Lewandowski, it states here that the decision about Lewandowski's availability for the Clásico will be taken on Saturday morning, and the player is optimistic. His feelings are good according to the sources close to his camp. We also have other sources claiming that Lewandowski may start in the Clásico and that everything is going well. Even the player himself is doing everything he can to make it on time by doing some extra training sessions, doing extra recovery sessions, and so forth. And I hope that he does end up making it because, man, do I really hope that we have our best number 9 in the starting 11. As for Raphinha, it is almost the exact same thing. Raphinha may be available for the Clásico because he even participated in today's training session and he looked alive and fully well. As a matter of fact, Raphinha has the most chances on being available for the Clásico compared to Frenkie De Jong and Lewandowski, because as for Frenkie De Jong, everything is up in the air. We don't know if Frenkie De Jong is able to make it. He was only able to participate in the initial warm-up, but then he ended up going to the rondos and then that's it. He did nothing more. He was separated from the next training sessions with the other group of players. According to Diario, it has been stated that on Friday, the idea is that Frenkie will complete a session with the group. If they do without any setbacks, they will enter the squad list for the Clásico. So like I've stated, Raphinha has the most chances of making it into the starting 11 or if not the squad list. Lewandowski and Frenkie De Jong are working towards gaining the confidence of the coach to show that they are 100% healthy. They don't want to like forcefully use these players just so they can re-injure themselves again after the Classic. I'm sure that the doctors and the coach do want to be very cautious with the health of these players. And if you guys are wondering what happened with Pedri and Kounde, there's no way that Pedri and Kounde are going to be available. It has already been said and rolled off that Pedri will not be there on Saturday, nor Kounde, and the only 3 players that we are focusing on is Frenkie De Jong, Lewandowski, and Raphinha, and they are fighting their way back. So because we are here, because we're hearing that there is a possibility that they could enter the squad list, let's talk about what our starting 11 could look like if everything does go well. Let's just say that by Friday we get news that Lewandowski is 100% healthy, he got the green light. Same for Frenkie De Jong and the same thing for Raphinha. What could our starting 11 look like against Real Madrid? Now, Sport has claimed a couple of hours ago that Joao Cancelo, Gundogan, and Ferran Torres will for sure start against Real Madrid on Saturday. And so assuming that Raphinha, Lewandowski, and Frenkie do make it, and then you combine the information of whatever Sport have claimed, this could be the most possible starting 11 that we could see. We could see Ter Stegen in goal, Cancelo, Araujo, Christensen, and Alejandro Balde on the left back position, with our midfield being Frenkie, Gundogan, and Gavi, and our front 3 being Joao Felix on the left, Lewandowski as the striker, and Ferran Torres on the right wing position. I think that this is a very much capable starting 11 that can definitely get a result against Real Madrid, because I know that Inigo Martinez, for example, he has been performing at such a high level and he has shown that in the past 2 games. But I feel like because Christensen has more experience, that is where he does gain the upper hand over Inigo Martinez, which is why I do say that a backline of Cancelo, Araujo, Christensen, and Balde, it is the most secured. Keep in mind that Kounde will not be there, meaning that Araujo is going to play as a center back with Christensen, and let's just hope for the best, because I'd rather have Araujo as a right back to defend against Vinicius. But if we're going to be having Cancelo, then that would mean that we're going to have Frenkie De Jong in the midfield. We must, right? If Frenkie De Jong is available, you make him become a starter against Real Madrid, because we're going to need that extra player to secure the ball and retain the ball well. I don't want to see Oriol Romeu and Cancelo working on the right side when you know that you have players like Vinicius and Bellingham running at you. Because if I see Oriol Romeu and Cancelo starting and they play, then we better pray. Like, we better pray so hard. We better go to church the day before the Clásico does start and pray that Oriol Romeu and Cancelo don't give out like a disaster class. pass against Real Madrid, because they very much could do that. And we saw that against Shakhtar. Their chemistry is not so great. It does not bring me a lot of confidence. And that is why I do say, if Cancelo's going to be there, then fine. But have Frenkie De Jong in the midfield and have those two players together. And overall, it is a very much capable midfield. You have Gavi, who is a great defensive midfielder, in my opinion. Yes, he can still play up high and play as a high number 8, but when he plays as a deep 6, he is a player that can regain the ball, intercept the ball, win the ball. He can definitely go up against players like Bellingham or Tchouaméni or Camavinga, whoever's going to be in that midfield. Gavi has the capability. He is a true warrior. And we're also going to need Gundogan to bring the organization. I believe that when you have Cancelo inverting himself a little more centrally and having Frenkie and Gavi in the midfield, I can see Gundogan taking up higher positions and receiving the ball higher up the pitch to make those key passes and feed Lewandowski or Ferran Torres or Joao Felix. And so because I do assume that Ferran Torres will start as a right winger with Lewandowski and Joao Felix on the left wing, I expect Lamine Yamal to come in later in the match, also Raphinha to come later in the match. I don't see him starting. I think that Ferran Torres is on a roll right now. He did score previously against Shakhtar, and he is showing to the world that he is a very capable player, and I expect Ferran Torres to be starting. So I expect Yamal, Raphinha to come in, and also Fermin Lopez, another very much capable player to score against Real Madrid. We already saw it in the preseason, and I expect Fermin Lopez to come in later in the match and give out a very impactful performance, right? He comes in and maybe provides an assist or provides a goal. I think that he can do that. Let's take advantage of Fermin Lopez's rhythm and his form as a player. If you ask me who could Fermin Lopez take out, I think that it's going to be Frenkie De Jong, mainly because he just came back from injury, and I think that it will be safe for us to take Frenkie De Jong out early just so he can rest a little bit more. And then we have Gundogan taking on the number 6 position with Fermin Lopez going high as a number 8, a very high number 8, because his arrivals inside the box, it is top notch. It is world class, better than Gavi's, better than Gundogan's, better than Frenkie De Jong. Fermin Lopez knows how to arrive and make those runs into the box and receive the ball and create a goal scoring chance. And speaking about Fermin Lopez, I just want to add this in real quick. It has been stated that the coach of Spain does want to call up Fermin Lopez to go into the national team, right? To play in the first team and maybe potentially start for the Spanish national team. Isn't that great to hear? And what better way to kind of like introduce Fermin Lopez right now, and to do it against Cyprus and against Georgia, two teams that are not the best teams in the world, but it is a great way to slowly introduce Fermin Lopez, is to put him against oppositions that don't play at such a high level. Maybe he could gain some confidence in these 2 games and score a couple of goals. It would be amazing. Everything that has been going on with Fermin Lopez is very much similar to Pedri and Gavi, right? They did very well with Barcelona, and now they're being called up to the national team. And Fermin Lopez has only participated in the under-21 Spanish national team. He has yet to play in the first team. So it's very exciting. Some very, very exciting stuff. And that is going to be wrapping up today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one.